I've enjoyed this so much. This has been a great diversion for me to have the experience of working with the producer and all the pickers in the studio, and it's shed a new light on delivering my music to the fans and to the people. And it's given us a new direction to experiment with in my band and in our concert tours. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am so excited to work with Bill. He is such a genius. He's a very smooth, and with his creativity, he's got a lot of great ideas, and it's been such a good experience working with Bill. And his choice of pickers on the session has been great. Some of the guys I've known and heard about, some of them are new to my ears, and I was just in awe as I was singing each song. It was like a new delivery and a new direction for me. As I go through all the songs that we chose, and we're going to probably have to eliminate one because it's probably going to be a 12-song project, and we recorded 13. So it's always hard to knock out the 13th song. But it was really fun taking some of my greatest hits and turning them around and doing this new spin on them. There were a couple that felt kind of different to me, and it was hard to get in the feel of it because I'm so used to doing them ballad style or straight ahead country style. There's several favorites I've got. I guess I'll keep that a secret until we get further on with the project. Well, I'm excited. This is going to open up some new venues for us, possibly pick up a few more bluegrass festivals and arrange our tours a little bit differently. I'm anxious to share this with the booking agents and some of the buyers out there in the field. It's going to be open up a whole new scene for us musically, and I think it's going to be great for our work this year and the years to come. Oh, I don't know if I was born a singer. I think I probably was, because in our family, music's always been a mainstream part of entertainment. We were raised in the country on the farm there in Indiana, and we played music nearly every night or had some sort of musical entertainment because there was nothing else to do out there. And we had a lot of, around the piano music scenes and a lot of country hoedowns and you know, hootenannies, I guess you called them back when I was growing up. The folk music scene was very prominent at that time, and all through school and college I've been playing music, I guess, since I was a little girl. And so I really didn't know I would be going into it professionally, because I went ahead and got the degree in college to become a teacher. So the elementary field was what I thought I was going to be going into, but then venturing into music all those years, it just sort of naturally led me into to trying it out through college and going into it professionally then during those years of college. Well, thinking back, probably the biggest break was when I moved into Tennessee to do the studio music scene. I knew that I wanted to be a technician and to do music professionally, singing commercials and jingles, and being able to read music was a necessity. So just concentrating on doing the studio work was what I wanted to do. Then I was sort of picked out from the studio group to do a line on a record, and that record happened to be a Johnny Duncan record. And so when they featured me to sing a solo line in that, that's when Columbia Records came to me and said, "Do you want to become a star and do your own music?" And I wasn't prepared for that, so I said, "Well, I don't know if I'm ready for this or not." So they had to urge me and push me into it. Push me into signing a contract, push me into getting a bus and band and going out on the road, and then doing my own albums. And it sort of all fell into place at that point. But not intended. Traveling on the road. Well, since I've been doing this traveling on the road 20 or 30 years, I guess, because I started touring probably in the late 70s. I'm pretty well accustomed to it now, but there's a lot of steps to touring on the road. The preparation of a tour, getting ready for the number of days you're going to be out on the road, actually, getting home and getting off the road, and then starting out on another tour. It's just a method, you know, a method to our madness. Getting the bus and the band ready, and traveling to many states, like the one that we're getting ready to go on. We're going everywhere from Michigan to Wisconsin to Maryland. You just have to get a mindset, and you have to get ready, you know, get everything from getting the costumes ready to getting the food ready. Got to have plenty of food for on the bus, and getting the music ready, the rehearsals. It's just a lot of preparation. Well, there's always a lot of funny stories, I guess. I don't know. This trip, getting ready for this particular tour, we have a little studio that we put in our garage. So we had the band over the other day doing rehearsals and getting ready for the shows. And we were rehearsing out in the studio, and we worked in some new pickers for the band this year too. And it was funny because we worked in a new fiddle player, and he's very serious because he's just now learning the music and getting ready for the shows, and you can tell he's real nervous and excited. And so, of course, we have to break the edge and, you know, pull a few jokes on him and have a good time in the studio while we're doing it. But it turned out great. We barbecued, and Jeff made a great brisket, and we had the guys come in, and before we knew it, it was all over, and we'd rehearsed everything, and we're ready for the shows now. So it's going to be a really good tour. Well, my influences go way back to the days of Connie Francis, Brenda Lee, the McGuire sisters, all of those ladies I listened to when I was growing up and learned their harmonies. And I've always loved to do the harmonies in particular. And so Patsy Cline, later on Joni Mitchell and Joan Baez, all through the folk music era. Those were my favorites. There's a lot of good artists now on the scene. Of course, you know, some of the ladies that are strong in country music, and everybody from Martina McBride to Alison Krauss and many others. Sheryl Crow, you know, I respect a lot of them for their unique delivery in their music. And it's been I think there's a lot of great music going on right now. You know, it's hard to say what kind of music I listen to, because I like a lot of silence, because in my field of hearing music all the time, I get overloaded with it, so I have a lot of quiet time. But when I'm in the car driving down the highway, I'll listen to anything from Tejano music to classical to country to whatever I can get on the radio at the time. Oh, I've got a lot of outside interests. I like to exercise and go to the fitness center. I like to sew and create some designs that I have. I have a new line of fabric line, pillows, throws, and runners, and I sell them to a lot of stores in Texas and in the Dallas area. So that's a big side hobby for me and a new side business for me. Yes, I have a website. It's janiefricke.com, and it tells a lot about what we're doing now and tries to keep the fans in line with what we're doing in our business. I remember those years very clearly because to win an award has been a major thing for me. And for a lot of years I had all those awards boxed up, hidden in a closet. And I remember I went out of town one time and I came back in, and Jeff had put all the awards on the wall. So they're all on display right now. And it's really fun to have them up there. But it was a great thing to have to win the female vocalist. I was so excited and so thrilled and surprised. And I remember when I walked up to accept the award, I had it in my hand and I was so nervous I didn't know what to say, and I looked out and the people had stood up. that was like a standing ovation, because I knew a lot of those people from the years of being a studio singer, and they knew me as a studio technician, and they were surprised to see me win, and I guess they were all pretty happy because I'd worked for most of those producers. I had sung backup on their sessions for their artists and their stars. So I think they were truly happy for me. I guess I've been in Texas 25 years or so, and I moved here from Nashville, and it was a big change at that time. And now when I go back to Nashville, it's kind of a shock, because I go back there mentally. I think, oh gosh, I spent all those years here in Nashville, and I do miss that too, and that's part of home to me too. But I'll probably stay here for a long time, and I love both Tennessee and Texas. Well, I've been very fortunate because I have performed in front of 4 presidents now, I guess. Let's see, President Reagan, Camp David, Maryland. My band and I sang for him. That was such a great thrill. And I think he was entertaining President Lopez Portillo from Mexico. And at the time, the sound, we did our concert, and the sound didn't work on the first song. So we had to, we had to just keep going, and we were very nervous, of course, you know, at that. President Ford, President Bush Sr., and George W. both, we've performed in front of both of those. So I'm very thrilled to have that in my repertoire and to know that that's happened. It's been great.